So this morning, oh, is that your chipmunk? My chipmunk? Is he over there? We're getting out late because I went to sleep last night and had grapes, and I had heartburn all night long. It was so horrible. So, oh, I shouldn't even tell you, it's so embarrassing. So I get up and I'm digging through my cupboard because I don't generally have medication. I don't really take medication, but this was painful. Like, I was sitting up for about 2 hours and I was so tired, you know? So I went in there and I found antacid, and I'm like, oh, thank God. And then I found this little bottle that said, you're gonna laugh, you're all gonna laugh. It said something about acid in your stomach, and I thought, okay, because the little pill that I got said 24-hour relief, and I thought, oh my God, it's gonna take 24 hours. I was half asleep, so it probably meant it'll last for 24 hours, right? Here, look around. It's a cool day today. The other little bottle, but it was like a capsule, and I thought, ugh, it's like a time release capsule, it's gonna take forever. And the other little bottle had little hard pills like Tums, which I'm gonna go get today because when I was a little girl, that's what my grandmother had, and my mom always had AlkaSeltzer. Or you can just do baking soda, which is probably better than all of it. I'll just do that. You put warm baking soda, like baking soda in warm water, and just chug it. Heartburn gone. So I didn't have any of that stuff. So I'm the bottle that had the little hard pills, they were chalky. I thought, okay, maybe that's more like it. They were Beano. So now, if you know what Beano is, I now know. And I kind of thought that that's what it was for. Like, it's if you have gas, right? And so then it's gonna cause another reaction in your body. So here's a message. Don't take anybody else's medication because it works differently in your body than it does theirs. Or they may be taking it for something else. And make sure you're taking the right medication. Oh, I ended up in the wrong spot. And there it is. So anyway, that's not what I wanted to talk about. I'm now late, so now I've got this giant sun hat, and I thought maybe, look at her. It wouldn't be so bad with the sun hat on. Hi, butterfly. We're getting all kinds of cool stuff. These are my funky glasses that I said. Remember I said get some fun glasses? Okay, so here's the deal. Yesterday I went to the grand opening of that Cava bar, right? And everyone was very nice, but they were younger than me. I don't know how much younger. I mean, not everybody, that's not true. I guess I just zero in on that, right? And nobody knows how old I am. I guess I don't look my age. I don't feel my age, but none of us really do, right? And you got those ones that are like old souls. They never fit in because they're just like too old before their time. And then there's me, a perpetual fairy. And so it wasn't that made me uncomfortable. I don't really like being in groups of people anyway, large groups, unless there's really good music. And she said, oh, they've got a DJ. And like I said, that one song that came on, I knew it. I liked it, and I was up dancing. I could have stayed there the whole time if I had been dancing. Yeah, these aren't perfect enough, right? Let's throw away the ones that aren't really so circular. So I'm sorry, maybe it does have to do with age, but I like pop music. I always have. I'm not into rock, hard rock. I'm not into metal. I'm definitely not into trance music. And I'm not into techno. Freaking hate it all. I mean, there's some rock songs that I like, and there's surprisingly a couple metal songs that I like, but very few. I'm one of those people who, when everybody else was listening to whatever was popular, I was listening to the Eagles, right? So I like Maroon 5, I like Christina Aguilera, I like Ed Sheeran. I like pop music. That's what I like. I dance to it. If it goes on, I'm up, right? I don't care who's there. So that's the thing. In all reality, it wasn't so much the people, because they were really nice. Everyone was really super cool. I just didn't feel like it was my scene because they were playing all, and I don't know what's with Sedona. Maybe it's that the people that are out and single, or actually even in couples, are that generation. But they all seem to listen to this woo-woo music that I don't like. I am really spiritual, but I was told last night by somebody, oh, well, it's really popular to be to be sober now. It's in to be sober. It's cool to be sober. And I thought, oh, well, that's good for the, you know, for the world driving. But it's cool to be sober just because you choose to be sober because it's smart, right? And I don't mean not drinking at all. I mean, don't freaking drink and drive. But now it's cool to be sober. So now they've got all these bars with sober, you know, whatever the stuff is. But I'm telling you, it's not sober because kava and whatever that other stuff was, kraken, I don't know what the hell it is. It gives you a buzz like pot does. And it's, you know, I'm sure that the verdict is out on whether you should be driving after having it, even if it's just a slow buzz that builds, right? Because I wouldn't drive if I was stoned. Now, I've had that argument with my ex-husband a million times, and he's like, it's fine to drive when you're stoned. No, it's not. No, it's not. You're under the influence. Oh, I've been driving stoned for years because I smoke every single day. It doesn't matter. Your perception is altered. I will argue this point to the day I'm dead. And this is a person who's had a DUI, right? Do you want a DUI? I don't think you do. We got to go back this way. Bea. So I was talking to Savon, who was DJing her boyfriend. He helps me move. He's a super cool guy. And I asked him about it. And I said, do you drive when you take it? And he said, no. Not at all. He says, if you're a super sensitive person, and I am, he says, it's going to affect you. He says, you know, that's why they say, do you want an upper or do you want a downer? It's literally an herb, but it affects you. So, okay, so ayahuasca isn't listed like a alcohol or heroin but it's an opiate. It's a form of opiate. So it is affecting your body, right? So you shouldn't be drinking and driving, and pretty soon I'm sure they'll slam down on it because all of these kraken and kava bars are opening up, and they're saying, oh yeah, it's cool to be sober. You're not sober. You're high on something else. It's affecting your body. And if you're a super sensitive, but see, the thing is, that's the problem. Say maybe you're hanging out with these people. Remember I said it's hip to be spiritual right now too, right? Just because these people call themselves spiritual doesn't mean they truly are connected and doing their work, right? It's cool to be spiritual, just like it's cool to be sober. But if you were hanging out with people that were cool to be spiritual and really weren't that spiritual, their body's not going to be as sensitive as your body. And so what they can take, you can't. So I guarantee if I were to have kraken, if that's what it's called, on the high level, I would absolutely be affected, and I would not be getting in a freaking vehicle and driving. That's stupid. So there's my little blurb this morning, and damn, it's hot. It's hot. We have big fluffy clouds. Look at that bunny right there. Gosh, you can see all kinds of things in the clouds today. Yes, you're hot. My girlfriend Serenity said it was 107 in Temecula yesterday, Temecula, California. I don't know. There's people that talk about what is it called? Look at my hands, how sweaty my hands are. Can you see actually you can see the crystals. I don't know if you can see it, you probably can't. There's so much crystal in this powdered sand here, in this silica sand. Global warming, right? Why is it so freaking hot everywhere? I don't know. The world's turning over. It's kind of like the lake, when the lake turns over, right? Everything comes to the surface to be aired out. I think that's what's happening. So these are truly vortex stones. They are. But I got really spoiled at my other source, where I was able to find really, really smooth ones. Those are expensive because they're hard to find. Those are ones that are like $25 a stone, $15 to $25 depending on the size. And I do have those as well. I should probably offer those. But the energy is you know, those ones have been rolled around and they've had the corners knocked off of them, and these ones are in the process. So I guess it's kind of like a really super spiritual stone and one that's just on their journey, right? That's funny. That's kind of because this is us, right? These ones have done some work, but they haven't knocked off all their smooth edges. So I guess it would be a spiritual person and then the spiritual person's teacher. That's the quality of stone. Someone who's on their path and someone who's literally living their path, right? There is a difference between living your path and being on your path. There really is. Because I've had a lot of people say to me, you know, okay, can you turn it off now? And I said, what? And this whole spiritual stuff. And I said, can you stop breathing for an hour? This is not an act. This isn't my job. This is me. This is how I see life. This is how I live. So no, I'm sorry, I can't turn it off. So then that's where the separation happens, right? Okay, I don't really want to hang out with her because, yeah, you know. So, and I didn't hear any, I won't say what I was going to say. You can be in a group of people that consider themselves enlightened beings, right? But whenever I'm in the company of someone who's truly an enlightened being, inevitably we end up talking about our passion, which is our spirituality, right? And I've been around others that have called themselves spiritual, quote unquote, people, and it never comes up. It generally, see, there's a good one. See that one? That one's really had its balls knocked off. It's had its corners knocked off. So that is, there's a difference between, see, right? Yeah, we're all on the same path, but this one's done a little more work, right? So if you're in the company of people who call themselves spiritual people, but you never actually talk about anything that has to do with spirituality, it's just different. And it doesn't mean that, you can't talk about something different, but somehow in the conversation, it always goes back. It always is related, because if we have an issue, oh, well, this is my husband and I, and, he doesn't understand, or I can't, well, I said, well, let me ask. Or my girlfriend will say, well, let me look. And then we'll ask Spirit, what is the lesson we're trying to learn here? Like, what is it that you're trying to show us? Why is this happening? Obviously, it's happening for a reason, right? So everything here is happening for a reason. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm a twin soul and this is my journey. Like this, I am a teacher. I'm here to open and expand. I don't know. I don't think so. I think that there are other people. Yeah, there are people that I know that aren't necessarily twin souls, and they are awake and they are talking about what matters to them. And I think it just kind of separates the I just heard in my head, the boys from the men, or the children from the awakened ones. And you can go ahead and be offended, but if you're offended, you're not awakened, are you? So kind of shows you where is your crew and where is not. That's why Spirit said just go and see what all you have to do is show up and then see what you feel. So I got there and I hung out with the people that I know are awakened beings. That's who I was standing there talking to, and that's who, and funny, like I said, the one girl, she's like, I'd rather be at home on my farm instead of out here with all these people. And there's something to say about that, it just is. So I know that sometimes this is not popular, but that's the way of spiritual people, right? A lot of what we have to say isn't popular. But does that mean you're not going to say it? No. I mean, if you believe in Jesus, some don't, I understand that. But if you believe in Jesus, his message wasn't popular, neither were the apostles, right? I've been put to death in all of my past lives that I've watched for being a witch. So in this life, I won't be. Everybody, the world is woken up enough. Spirit said, come back one more time and still speak your message and speak it loud. Now, they started me out as a Jehovah's Witness, which got me the base of, a general understanding of the Bible, which I don't subscribe 100% to the Bible. I don't know that I don't think that it's 100% valid, but there's a lot of positive, important messages, and I use a lot of the morals that I was raised remembering, like, show me your friends and I'll show you who you are. Bad association spoils useful habits. Okay, well, that's dead bang on, right? There's no lie about that. So, and it also taught me morals, not to steal, not to lie, not to cheat, right? Not to deceive. That's how I was raised, and that's how I am. So that obviously serves me well in the life path that I actually truly came to live as a grown adult, as a spiritually advanced person. Right? I'm here to help those ones that are escaping from the clutches of religion, who have been mind-bended and guilted their whole lives into not even living their actual authentic lives, and to help them understand that no, it's not going to be popular. Your friends aren't going to like it. Your family's not going to like it. People are going to like you to stay the way you were. We don't want you changing. We want you just the way you were. And Spirit says, we don't want you the way you were. You're here to advance. You're here to grow. You're here to learn. If you're not constantly learning, you're not doing the right thing. I've had people say to me, I didn't come here to learn. I came here to have fun. Okay, well, we're truly on a different path then, are we not? And that is the difference between an awakened individual and one that's completely asleep. So I started to walk out this morning and I wondered, what am I going to talk about today? You know, but it always inevitably comes up, doesn't it? Now I started to talk about the music, and I will tell you, I've got my friends in Wisconsin, they're all musicians. They have music, and the music has lyrics, and it's music that you can relate to. Not that stuff that's just a repetitive, like trance, puts you into a trance, right? I generally dance to things that my body moves to, so I'm motivated by music that has a message, right? Which is how I'm motivated in my life. So here I'm out walking, and what did I say? Inevitably, it turns back to spiritual awakening, something to think about. What are we learning? And enjoying at the same time. Like, this is different than me going to school. School, I liked my elective classes, right? I didn't like PE because I didn't like dressing up in shorts in front of guys. I had big boobs and they'd always, make comments. And the coach would make me run. Like, seriously, it was disgusting. I had a lot of sexual abuse in school. So I didn't like that. But I liked needle arts. I loved photo class, photography. I loved that. I didn't know how to play an instrument, which really sucked because I should have done that. I would have probably gotten really into that. And I never did, which is a real drag. But school, to me, was not my idea of fun. I was always looking outside. I wanted to be outside. If I couldn't handle the fact that in FFA, Future Farmers of America, the animals at the end had to be slaughtered, which I could never handle as an animal empath, I would have probably been in that class because I would have been working with the animals. So they need to offer something different, like horseback riding lessons, or how to care for a horse, or how to care for chickens on the land, or whatever, where the animal doesn't have to be slaughtered and give its life for your class. So I got a message out of that. I heard a message yesterday that I didn't pick up on, and when I was talking about the person that I was connecting with, and I made a comment about something different, and I said, I don't mean to go there, but my mind just invariably travels there. So whoever I was with, who was out doing that rotten job or watching that rotten movie or whatever it was that they were doing, they didn't mean to pull me in, but their mind traveled to me. They started thinking of me whenever they were there, so it brought me in. So you got to pay attention to that message too. Where your mind travels, why does your mind keep going there? Obviously your mind's trying to tell you something, right? You keep traveling to that spot. Where's my corn? It's over here. I want to see how my corn stalks are doing without water. I showed it to Uncle Phil and he said it looks like corn to him. Gosh, it's just amazing. Maybe somebody wondered. I mean, how can it grow? It got accustomed to it? Oh my God. I'm getting another message. My favorite movie, one of my favorite movies growing up, was My Fair Lady with Rex Harrison and Audrey Hepburn. And she was annoying to him at first, and then he said, he mistreated her. He treated her with disrespect. He treated her like she was a project, like she didn't even count. And so she left him. And when she left him, he realized, he says, why are women so difficult? And he gives all the reasons why he should be single, and women are just totally difficult, And I don't want a woman in my life. They do this, they do that, they do the other, blah, 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 blah. But I've grown accustomed to her face. I've grown accustomed to her voice. And he was sad because he realized she was gone. So that corn stalk growing in the desert, it's grown accustomed to something, right? Messages, messages, messages. Alrighty, I think that's it for my little blurb for today. I'm sure I could go onward. Look how beautiful they are. You can't see. Look at my arm. Can you see the sweat on my arm? It's glistening. Women would say it's not sweat. It's dewy. Yeah, well, at this point it's dewy, but as soon as I get inside my house again, it'll start falling and it'll be literally called sweat. But it's good because it's melting off the top layer of fat. And it's working. My body is morphing fast. So being nice to my body and doing this exercise every single day, 3 times a day, has definitely paid off. And who are you after? Anything that moves. anything that moves. All right, I'll let you guys go. Peace, love, and light. Have a beautiful, what day is this? Saturday? Wow.